It's the Half Hour Wasted and Legion of Dudes podcasts. This is Jordan from Jersey with the Legion of Dudes, and this is what I thought of the comics I read the week of June 23rd, 2010. Let's start with Joe the Barbarian, issue 6 of 8. Yes, there's only 2 issues left in this series. It's still weird, still out there, still doesn't make a whole lot of sense in places, but I feel like it's coming together pretty well. It's kind of so-so in the beginning, I've come to like it more. Definitely a buy at this point, but one kind of a little bit cautious buy, just because, hey, it could end really poorly, I don't know. Like a lot of cool stuff in it, you know, what stands between the boy and death is a can of soda, and all that kind of stuff, and it really is a cool story. I just don't really know if it's going to be resolved well, but we'll find out very soon, 2 months. So for now, it's a buy. If I change my mind later, I'll let you know. And I don't want to forget, the art continues to be just awesome in this book, so for art alone, it's definitely a buy. Story-wise, we'll see. Next up from Dynamite Comics, we have Kevin Smith's Green Hornet issue number 5 of, I think, 10. And I continue to really enjoy this comic. The art is spectacular, really fluid, moves really well. Great covers on this series, too. Just really nice looking. And the one for the next issue that's advertised here looks cool as well. So the art's just awesome. Writing, I love Smith's writing, so it's great, obviously. Here's the interesting thing. This is, of course, the script basically turned into a comic book. Kevin Smith worked on a script for the Green Hornet movie, fell through, never got made, but there is a Green Hornet movie coming out with Seth Rogen as the Green Hornet. The trailer was just released, and it seems to have a lot of crossover elements with the script that Smith wrote. There's obviously some different things. For instance, Kato's not female in the movie version, it doesn't look like. So that's a very obvious difference, probably. I'm assuming there's no like drag elements in the movie, but who knows. But it'll be interesting to see when all is said and done how much was taken from that script for the movie, and how this comic stacks up against the movie. So only time will tell on that one. But for now, definitely check out Kevin Smith's Green Hornet, issue number 5, and all the issues before it, and probably the ones after. From Marvel, we have Secret Warriors, issue number 17. Real quick thing on this cover. I love it and hate it at the same time. I've mentioned I don't like the heroic age banner. It looks really, really stupid in my opinion. It makes it look like it's a comic for 7-year-olds instead of, you know, adults, which it is for adults, not the 7-year-olds. And it's part of a interlocking cover. I think it's 3 that shows Cap, Dum-Dum Dugan, and Nick Fury through the ages. That's awesome. The art itself is awesome. But aside from the heroic age, one thing I don't like about this cover is that the first 16, every single issue, not counting Secret Warriors The List or Secret Warriors Siege, but those were spin-off issues. Not counting those 2, every single issue of this book is white from here down, and then the art is up here. A lot of them connect. That's awesome, but it's always cool art, but it's always white down here for 16 issues. And I think it's kind of a shame that after 16 issues, you know, they switch. I mean, it'd be one thing if it was just after the first arc or the first couple issues, but they've got, you know, a history now of doing that, and it's kind of a shame to lose it. With that said, it is still a beautiful cover, not counting the heroic age banner, and so I like that. Now on to the actual issue. Not huge on the interior art. It's not bad, just don't love it. I've loved some of the art in Secret Warriors over the first 16 issues. This art's not my favorite, but it's certainly not bad. Story-wise, you kind of got 2 different stories. You've got Dum-Dum Dugan and another guy whose name I forget at the moment, but I'm not going to look up, being interviewed by members of the UN over a mission that they did in China. At the same time, you see flashbacks to that mission in China, where it looks like a lot of people probably died. And there's scenes of a get-together of the original Howling Commandos and some of the later Howling Commandos, which Captain America joins in on, which is kind of where we get the framing for this cover. Really, really cool scenes there, really good dialogue. And it really makes me feel like I know these characters, some of which have only showed up in 1 or 2 issues before, but just the way they interact, it gives you a really good sense of their dimensions and how they're all fitting together into this puzzle. This book continues to be awesome. Secret Warriors, pick it up. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to follow if you're just going to jump in now. Start from the beginning. It's worth it. Awesome spy fiction. So, I like that. Before we get to our final book, which is awesome, I'd like to point out. Check out hhwlod.com. That is hhwlod.com, as in Half Hour Wasted. legionofdudes.com. You can also use halfhourwasted.com or legionofdudes.com. They both work. For Half Hour Wasted and the Legion of Dudes podcast, we've got a show that just came out about what we're watching, reading, and playing. We've got another one coming out soon about Battlestar Galactica comics, which should be cool. Half Hour Wasted just put out today, it's Monday as I record this, they just put out a commentary for Monty Python and the Holy Grail, so check that out. Certainly, they just had the guy who wrote the Perfect Strangers theme on a few weeks ago. That was a really cool episode. So check out hhwlod.com. Awesome stuff. Awesome podcast. Subscribe on iTunes. Download the podcast straight from the site. Whatever you want to do, just check it out. It's really cool. And let's get on to this final book, which, as I mentioned, is awesome. And finally this week, an awesome comic, folks. The Amazing Spider-Man issue 635, Grim Hunt Part 2. Yeah, a lot of stuff goes down in this issue. So, last week's review, I was really excited over the return of Ezekiel. Some people weren't nearly as excited that I've talked to or I've read reviews of. The whole Spider Totem thing rubs a lot of people the wrong way, and I understand why. Yeah, I'm just not one of those people. The twist that this issue took with Ezekiel, quotes, wow. I did not see that coming, although, as other reviewers I've read have pointed out, we all probably should have. But that was a great reveal of what was really going on with Ezekiel. I'm not going to spoil it here. Pick up issues 1 and 2 of Grim Hunt at 634 and 635 of The Amazing Spider-Man to see for yourself. Bravo. Bravo, Marvel. That was an excellent twist. Joe Kelly is adding yet another awesome arc in his writing this year, The Amazing Spider-Man. First we had the Rhino issues and some other ones, and this one seems to be awesome as well. I mean, that reveal. Oh boy. Also, Spider-Man kind of dies at the end of the issue. Although probably not, seeing as, you could probably guess why. It's probably not actually him, or he's probably not actually dead, or there's plenty of outs. Yeah, but he's kind of dead at the end of the issue, it appears. But wow. So in addition to that great reveal in the middle of the issue where you found out that, hey, you've been being strung along these last 40 pages or so over the last 2 issues. Great cliffhanger at the end. I'm very interested to see where they go with this. Some fans of Kraven's Last Hunt might be miffed at the end of this issue, just saying. But I say let's ride it out to the end of this arc and see how it turns out before we cast any judgments on that particular area of the Marvel lore. But what's in this issue itself, oh, it's so worth it. And the backups are good too. Another section of the Kane and Kraven flashback, and another Marcos Martin Stan Lee 2-page story. This continues that other one. I guess it's going to be 12 issues, I think, if I remember correctly. Love Marcos Martin's art. And the art in the main story is awesome as well. Very dark and gritty and almost Daredevil-ish. I think the artist has done Daredevil before, but really cool. Oh, by the way, why is Kraven's son a were-lion? Still not fully grasping the whole were-lion thing. That's weird, but I'll roll with it for now. Because, well, why not? The rest of the issue, is certainly worth it. So that's it for the comics I read the week of June 23rd, 2010. Check back next week for some more comic book reviews, and have a good one. It's the Half Hour Wasted and Legion of Dudes podcasts.